We did have some roster movement, man. Mason Cole was released. What day was that? Would it have been Saturday? Friday, Saturday time frame. One of them, yeah.
Seems like forever ago.
Low key, I swear it does, right? But it was after the show.
It was late last week, yeah.
Yeah, so it was either Friday night, Saturday time frame where Mason Cole was released. But ultimately, we saved around $5 million. He had obviously been the starting center for us the past 2 seasons, started every game for us. But yeah, of course, now we do have a little bit of a void. But just in terms of your thoughts, man, what was your initial reaction when you saw Mason Cole get released?
Not surprised at all. His play took a big step back last year. Not only just letting some dudes get around him and quarterbacks getting some unnecessary pressure on him because of what Cole was doing out there, but the snaps was a big issue as well. And the fact we get to save $5 million by cutting him, yeah, I think it just made sense to me. I didn't think it was a big surprise. I had a feeling maybe we'd keep him around, be like a backup for either center or guard, just to be in the mix. But at $5 million, yeah, that just makes sense to me.
Yeah, we're on the same page. Not surprised at the release. $5 million that you saved for a player that was very, had took a step back.
He was good his first year here.
Yeah, he was good. I thought the first year and the first half of last season, I thought that midway point to the back end, it just got really inconsistent. Snap location, and then just consistently, in protection or even in the run game. We obviously saw multiple games where he would get bullied at times, and it just wasn't a good look. And then when you couple that with some of the inaccuracy with his snaps, that makes it harder on any quarterback, let alone young quarterbacks. So just to give you a breakdown, instead of that quarterback being able to get the ball, survey the coverage, survey where the pressure is coming from, where he wants to go with his reads, how he wants to climb, maneuver the pocket, he doesn't get that luxury. He has to first locate where this ball is, whether it's high, low, left, right, then get composed, get that football, and now go through that process of what's the coverage, where's the pressure coming from, who's open, what are my reads. For young quarterbacks, everything is already moving fast. So now you're adding another element to make it even faster. Yeah, that became even more of a glaring issue. If your quarterback's Ben Roethlisberger, we're not tripping on it as much. Does it still affect him? Yes, and we saw that with 7. But it's a difference when you have a guy that is just more established. So I thought that was a part of it. But more importantly, you have to be more stout. And we know Andy Weidel, that's one of his things, man, dating back to his time in Philadelphia. He believes in building up the trenches. So if he feels like your play isn't consistently good enough, they're making moves. So for me, man, I like it. I do think that I don't want to say it pigeonholes us, but I do feel like it puts a lot more emphasis on us addressing center early rather than later, because even though Mason Cole, you're saving $5 million, even though he did have some of the snap issues, he was still a lot better than Kendrick Green. He was still a lot better than J.C. Hassenauer. He was still a lot better than my dog B.J. Finney. Since Pouncey, he's been the only center to really give us peace of mind.
Yeah.
So even though we are saving money, even though towards the last couple of games or the back half of the season, he did have more inconsistencies, let's not lose sight of where we came from and what he was able to give us, because we were in a bad space, man.
Yeah, I think
we
overall,
were in a really bad space, man.
Tenure here was a net positive.
Yeah.
It just ended bad.
Ended bad, man. And that's a part of it. You hope that, you just like 1 or 2 games and not like the back half, but it is what it is, man. I would like to see him potentially go back to guard or go to a guard spot, because if you're taking the snapping part off, I think he could definitely be a depth guy somewhere.
Yeah,
because he's still a good enough player. Yeah, he's still a good enough player where you can rotate him either guard spot, and he has some snapping ability, which we already know. That's my thing. But the $5 million is a no-brainer. You got to save the 5. Get the 5, because you can go draft something in the first, or you can go take that 5 that you're saving and potentially go get something in free agency. So, yeah.
Speaking of drafting something, then.
Yeah, man.
probably looks like the most glaring of need right now.